I am live. Hi, everybody. It's Georgia Rose from Zenkuda, and welcome to the Soul Space podcast. How are you all doing tonight? I hope you're having a great week. The energy, again, if I had to give it a 1 to 10, I would say we're probably at a 15. It's been quite a week. I think you all know that. So, we're going to go into a little astrology tonight, and we're also going to talk a little bit about, maybe some personal growth things that I have come up with in my meditations. So I hope you are all having, like I said, a good week. I'm just going to adjust the lighting here because I have to be the engineer and the lighting guy and everybody since I'm not in the studio. Yep, back in the studio. So I am Georgia Rose. I am a psychic intuitive and astrologer. And I hope tonight, for the next hour that you spend with me, to be an inspirational being. So for those of you who tune in every week, you know I have a little housekeeping to do. So bear with me while I set us up and share the show on a couple of pages so that all of our fans out there can find us. I still get a lot of comments about people saying, we can't find you, we're looking for you, and all that kind of stuff. So welcome for those of you who are out there. So what did you guys think of those debates the other night? I thought that they were actually pretty interesting. I was watching them all, and I was so enthralled. I didn't realize that an hour and a half had gone by so quickly that when they were over, I was like, oh my gosh, that was like so fast. So I hope you all had the same experience. I thought it was a little bit harsh energy on both sides. I'm not going to make this show political, of course, so I don't want to, pick a side here. But at the same time, I had my own thoughts about it that probably were not so good on either end. But I'd love to hear your comments about that and how you think it kind of relates to what's going on in the world of above the five senses and the cosmos right now, because I certainly think that debate the other night really reflected the astrology that is going on in the world. That much I can tell you. Mars square Saturn, they picked the day of the debates. We had a full moon in Aries today, and that has even heightened the energy even more. So I hope you'll all tune in, and also like let me just post this, like my YouTube page, because I'm running a contest now, actually, that anyone who subscribes to the YouTube page between now and Halloween, winner will be announced on Halloween, you actually will be entered to win a free reading with me. So hopefully that entices you all to hop on over to YouTube while you're online right now, and you want to like Zenkuda on YouTube and join the contest. Okay, so I'm back on here. Let's see who's on tonight so I can say hi to everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning in and supporting my work and supporting our community here. It means the world to me that we have this space to all come together every week and really chime in together. Okay, so who have we got here? Oh, it was a big, it certainly was. Janine's on. She said it was a big shit show. Today was a big shit show, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. But first, I want to talk about some things since it's my show. I want to talk about what's been going on and some of the revelations that I've been having. And gee, I should have combed my hair if I was going to do a podcast, huh? So I just kind of hopped on today. The energy has been very intense. My dog is actually laying here next to me. Has been very intense, and I have not had time to do anything. And I find myself multitasking, which I really try not to do, because when we multitask and we're not fully present in our lives, we don't do anything well. So I really do try not to multitask. So the energy is heightened, and why is that? Well, we have a full moon in Aries. Now I have to take a poll. Who out there had like very vivid dreams or nightmares last night, what I affectionately call night bears? I had such a vivid nightmare, which is really unusual for me. And it was so real, like when I woke up out of it, I couldn't get out of it, if that makes sense. And I know my subconscious was very active last night. It was really heightened energy. And I didn't even go outside before I went to sleep to, partake of the moon energy, which was very heightened. I just went to sleep last night, and I still had some really cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs dreams, let me tell you. So I'm hoping that some of you out there are going to tell me the same thing, so it wasn't just me that was a little woo last night. So what's going on with the Aries full moon? Well, let me tell you. Monday we had Saturn go direct, and whenever a planet that's been retrograde starts to go direct, it like what we call in the astrological world stations, which means it actually almost stops its rotation in the sky. Of course, it doesn't just slows down so much; it looks like that. And so Saturn went direct, I think, Monday, and then we have this full moon coming in right when Mars is squaring Saturn. Now, if you watched the debates the other night, and I'm not going to talk about these in a political sense, but I will talk about them in an energetic sense. If you watched the debates the other night, you saw both parties having a really hard time controlling themselves, a really hard time being professional, being presidential, and we all can agree on that at least without taking sides. That was the absolute perfect example of Mars squaring Saturn. Mars square Saturn is like the frustrating energy of forward motion meeting resistance, meeting like no, like keep getting popped down, like you're starting to rise and you get popped down, starting to rise and you get popped down. That is absolutely Mars Saturn. Whoever picked the date for the debates of the other day, September 29th, obviously did not look at the astrology, because it was probably one of the worst times energetically that you could put two people in a room to debate anything, never mind the future of a whole nation. It was almost nearly impossible for either one of those candidates to exert self-control. And we're going to talk a little bit more today about self-control and how that affects us in our lives. So the full moon in Aries is coming in now. We're 2 days after the debate. That Mars square Saturn energy is still in there. It's frustrating. It's heightened. We've had this energy on off all year. And it started with Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter in that Capricorn cluster that we still have going on. This is what 2020 is all about. Tearing down the structures, being frustrated, trying to build anew, constantly learning lessons, deconditioning ourselves, etc. Well, now Mars keeps hitting that point. It's actually squaring the point of that Capricorn cluster that we have been ignited on again and again and again this year. This is its final go-around where the planets are going to start to be squared. So Mars is squaring Saturn now. On the 4th of October, Pluto goes direct. Pluto's been in retrograde for quite a while. Pluto starts to go direct. When that happens, the same energy becomes even more intensified. And then on the 10th, Mars squares that Pluto now in direct motion. What does that mean? It means the taste that we've had today of what Janine online is affectionately calling the shit show is going to be with us for a while. And then around the 4th to the 10th of the month, it's going to become even more amplified. When Mars squares Pluto on the 10th, Pluto goes direct on the 4th, and then Mars comes into square it on the 10th. When that happens, that's the big guns coming out. That's the gloves are off. People are really getting down and dirty and really letting go. They have very little self-control. People are really attached to their idealism. They're very attached to the way they think things should be, very attached to the idea that we've lost some structures and now we want to come in and rebuild them, but rebuild them in a way that we want to build them. Our ideas are correct. Everyone else's are wrong. That's going to be the energy. Now, Sparky's like on my... I can't let you out right now, Sparky. We're doing a podcast. Do you want to say hi to the people? Here, say hi to Sparky. Sparky, say hello. Can you see him? Here, Sparks, say hi to everybody. Come on up here. You want to come up? Come up. Say hi. Come on, say hi to everybody. You know a lot of the people that are on there. Yeah, you do. Sparky's my life. Everyone who knows me personally knows that Sparky it is his world. I just live in it, inhabit Sparky's world. He's laying down quiet now. Sparky's a very well-trained dog. He trained himself. I have no patience for that. So anyway, Sparky is a sentient being, and he actually sees spirit. So anyway, Where was I? I don't know, because this energy's got me woo-woo. Okay, so I think I know. So we were talking about the full moon right now, the heightened energy. The reason why this energy is so powerful is because the moon is in Aries, right where Mars is, which has been the trigger point for all this aggravation and frustration and forward momentum and aggression that we've had on and off all year. Mars has been the big player. So now the moon in Aries is igniting that Mars energy, and Mars is squaring the Capricorn cluster that we've been dealing with all year, with all of these structures coming down and the shortages and the limitations and the gas break. So the energy is all heightened, and that is exactly what it is. Now there's one other thing that we can throw into this Mars in Aries and the full moon in Aries. And that is the planet Chiron. And those of you have heard me talk about Chiron quite a bit. Chiron is the planet where our wounds come in from wherever we are incarnated from, whatever your belief is. It's where we have a soft spot. It's the wound that we bring into our lifetime that needs to be healed. Maybe that's abandonment, maybe it's rejection, maybe you have an egoic wound. But we all have that, and Chiron in our chart is where that can be seen of what you really have to deal with in this lifetime. This moon is right up against Chiron in Aries. Chiron in Aries, where it just went to about a year and a half ago. Chiron in Aries is you want to do something to get over the wound. You want to go towards your future. When Chiron was in Pisces, which was the last decade, that's when you saw everyone starting to get renewed and, oh, I've been spiritually healed and I want to get Reiki, and all of these spiritual movements above the five senses became extremely popular because people were all talking about their alcoholic mom and their abusive dad and this and that, and they were in the wounds. We all of us, myself included, in the wounds, pulling apart the wounds. That was Chiron in Pisces, because Pisces goes very deep. Pisces wants connection. So Pisces is also connecting to the spiritual realm. So when Chiron was in Pisces, we dug our wounds out. And now that Chiron is in Aries, this is where we want to move forward. We're tired of talking about the wound. Now we want to do something about it, heal it once and for all, and take action in our life to accommodate it, to reconcile it. The moon is right against that energy. So now you have a full moon in Aries that's packing a wallop of Aryan energy, which is fire, it's warrior, it's warlike, it wants to move forward. It wants to be aggressive. It wants to be assertive. It wants to bring you into whatever forward motion has been frustrating for you these last few months. But Mars, which is right there, is squaring Saturn. Saturn is the planet of our limitations. Saturn is the planet that shows you where you're limited, inevitably to overcome it. But before that happens, you get deprived a little bit, you get boxed in a little bit, you get really uncomfortable. Doesn't that describe this whole year? In our discomfort, we found freedom. In our discomfort, once we went through it, we found the key to our limitations, and we learned how to overcome a lot of things. So this full moon is heightening all of that energy, even more so because it's conjuncting right against, brushing right up against the planet that is our wounds. It's in the same sign as Mars, which wants us to go forward. But that Mars energy of forward momentum is squaring, which means a conversation of tension, with Saturn, our limitations. Saturn is our greatest teacher. It teaches us the karma behind our limitations, why we've been given them, and what we need to use our power to overcome. So I'm going to look at some of the comments. Hi, Marianne. Hi, RJ, Chris, Janine, Jameli, Angelique. How are you? Bernadette. Sarah. Hi, Sarah. David. Happy birthday, David. Everybody wish David a happy birthday. Pauline. Aaron. Everybody send Aaron a little hug. He had some not such a nice thing happen to him. His new car got vandalized this week. Aaron's in Houston. And we've got... Hi, Sparkles. I call my dog Sparkles all the time. Sparky has so many nicknames. Sparkle, Sparkmeister. Sometimes when he's not a good dog, we call him Sparky Pee a lot, Prince Pee a lot, Prince Poop a lot, because he has a tendency not to do that outside. Oh, happy birthday, RJ, too. Oh, you're all in October. Boy, it's a house full of Libras. You're all trying to please each other over there. So, What I wanted to talk about a little bit, and what I've been feeling a lot of this energy is about, is, well, I'm going to talk first about non-attachment. Now, for those of you who are on a very spiritual path, or maybe you do yoga, or you read the sutras, or you're Buddhists, you all know the idea behind non-attachment. And for a large part of my own life, especially in the last, I'd say 12, 13 years, I have been practicing non-attachment. Now, that's a journey. Non-attachment means that it's human nature to be attached to things. And we all want to, somehow be attached to whatever. It could be food, it could be a certain type of food, it could be cars, it could be, maybe a person, it could be a bad habit, it could be something that we think is our security, but it's really not, it's really our restriction. But we're all attached to something, we're all attached to many things, we're attached to relationships, we're attached to situations. And the idea behind non-attachment is that we are able to step back from our emotions to exhibit self-control enough I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments. To exhibit self-control enough to become an observer of these things that we are attached to. Now, I'm going to talk about my personal journey because I do that on the show. Although this is your community and our community for Zenkuda, I talk about my own personal experience a lot so that it may help you guys understand some things. And then if you've had an experience and you put it in the community here, I learn from that. So this is really what that's all about. So my idea behind non-attachment was I found that there were things in my life that were controlling me. And this actually started out somewhere like around, I'd say 2008, 2009. I was looking to get healthier. And so, hey Elaine, I was looking to get healthier. So I took an attitude of non-attachment to food. And I started to realize that there were certain foods that were controlling me in my life. And so I started there with the idea of non-attachment. And I became an observer about, well, when do I crave these foods? Why do I want them? What's really behind this? That kind of thing. And what I found was that when I exhibited enough or raised enough self-control to really step back and become the observer of that habit that I was attached to, suddenly I wasn't attached to it because now I was really just observing it. I didn't allow my emotions to be stronger than my self-control. And so I was able to really become very healthy the way that I eat and the foods I eat. And I've been pretty steady on that for a long time. That's just one example. But in doing that, it started to retrain my brain and retrain my heart and the way that I live my life to live my life in non-attachment. And up until that point, my life was a very three-dimensionally binded, materialistic life. And so to start to practice non-attachment, where I suddenly wasn't attached to materialism, to consumerism, to what other people thought of me, was a very long journey. And then finally, when I started to really get into my spiritual journey in a formal way and have mentors and gurus and teachers, really understanding what those lessons of non-attachment were. And I remember one of the biggest defining moments of my life came when one of my gurus actually said to me, you will understand non-attachment when you learn to value praise and criticism equally, and they both have no value in your life. And I can honestly say that when my guru said that to me, I did not understand it. It actually was until 3 years or 4 years later that I really understood that concept. And what it was about was that we live our lives through everyone else's eyes. We don't live our life through these eyes. And that's the only eyes that count, in the eyes of whatever your higher power is. God, Buddha, Kuan Yin, whatever. Angels, galactic. And so when I understood that, then when someone told me, oh, you look beautiful today, it was nice, and I thanked them, but I had no attachment to that because it didn't matter to me whether they thought I was beautiful or not. It was nice, but it didn't make or break my day. I didn't require it. I didn't need a partner to say that to me anymore. It was nice when they did, but I wasn't grasping for it. And attachments always make us grasp for things. It makes us plan a perfect outcome. It makes us attached to that outcome. It makes us, if the outcome doesn't come, we have an emotional response to it that's negative. When you live in non-attachment, you don't have all that. And so it's the same thing with criticism. Sometimes if someone said something even offhandedly to me in a negative way, it would make me feel horrible. Now if someone says, oh, I really don't like your haircut, or oh, I think you could have done better in that class, or something like that, I take what they say into consideration. I weigh it against my own opinion, and sometimes it really has no merit. If it has merit and I can use it for personal growth, then I'll consider it. But if it doesn't, it really doesn't, I don't allow it into my energy space. And the reason why I'm talking about this tonight is because all this energy that we have with Mars squaring Saturn, and that wanting to move forward but being frustrated because you can't, wanting to like rise and getting this, and wanting to rise and getting this, that's the whole year of 2020. That's been the energy. Then you add to that the energy of frustration with the Jupiter-Pluto-Saturn conjunctions, where everything we thought we built that was worth something is now being tested. Even in our spiritual lives, we're wondering what we really believe in, our belief systems, everything. So never is it more important for us to be not attached, to have non-attachment to those things that we've been conditioned to be attached to. Like even in one of my first podcasts this past year, I was talking about time. And I said, with COVID, time took on a really weird vibe because we didn't have those scheduled things. Like you knew it was lunchtime when a certain time came at work, or you knew it was time to go home, you knew it was time to get up. Now without those structures in place, time kind of rolled into everything. And I'd find myself wanting to eat dinner at 2:00 in the afternoon. And I realized that was okay. If I wanted to do that, just do it. Because my attachment to the clock, to the time, was what was teaching me different. So the symbolism here that I'm trying to relate to is we're uncomfortable right now with what's going on in the world because we're attached to something we think it's supposed to be. We're uncomfortable with all the things that are going on because it's almost like, the ground that was solid beneath us is now spongy. And we were told we were always supposed to have solid ground. What are we going to do without solid? We have to be this way. Well, maybe we don't. And so if in your personal life, in the microcosm that is you, there are changes that need to be made, the first thing you have to do is practice non-attachment and become non-attached to those things that came before that you thought you were supposed to be, that you thought your life was supposed to be. All these supposed tos and should haves and the things we're told we can't do, everything from, people will say you should have a certain hair color, or you should wear certain clothes, or you should be a certain thing. All of those things need to be released. We have to learn to practice the non-attachment of that in order to start to build the new structures that this whole year has been about. We have had everything kind of caved in and taken away to build it better and newer, but we can't do that until we release and let go and practice non-attachment with what's come before. So I think for those of us who are feeling really uncomfortable in this energy, think about that, unpack some of that, because I think that those things that we're attached to are what are really making us uncomfortable, not the newness of what's going on. And that was my takeaway from these last few weeks. And before we go into the astrology, I got time. Before we go into the astrology, I just want to talk a little bit about self-control. Because the debate the other night, my takeaway from that was there was a certain point in the debate where I couldn't really listen to what the candidates were saying. I couldn't take it in and hear it because I was so distracted by their demeanor and the forcefulness to which they wanted to take each other down. And so, it's a debate, it's supposed to have a little bit of that, right? But I felt almost offended, which was a personal feeling, that we had two very prominent people, that there are groups in America, obviously, even though the country is very divided, there's a group here, there's a group here, and they're looking up to one or both of these people. And especially for children, And I thought to myself, there's a bigger picture here underneath the racism and the political divide and the violence and the religious concepts and the Supreme Court, all of that. There's something underneath all the political thing. And that is the common denominator of our real superpower as humans, which we all are, is self-control. If you can master self-control, you will win every debate, every argument. You will win every goal that you want to do in your life because you're in control. And that's what non-attachment does. It puts you in control because without being attached to the outcome, without being so emotionally attached to an idealism, as you saw those two men, it's much easier for you to get your point across. It's much easier for others to hear you when you're calm and in control. The minute you're out of control and you can't gain your self-control, it's very hard for people to really listen to you. It's very hard for people to grasp what you're saying because they're so distracted by your energy. So I just wanted to put that out there because I know that was a very harsh lesson for me in my life. At times I still struggle with that because I'm a very strong person and I sit in a lot of meetings. I used to sit in a lot of board meetings, and sometimes it was hard for me to not speak out of turn because I get very passionate about things. And so that was an exercise that I had to do in my life. And now I focus very readily and I focus very presently on listening intently to someone speak without my own intent to reply. Because sometimes when you really listen, what you hear them say will change your reply. And then it becomes a deeper, more meaningful exchange and conversation. So if we can all practice a little bit of self-control when we're talking about issues that are important to us and we are, representing our ideals, I think that the country, all of us, our family, our friends, our groups, everything would be so much better served because then we could truly listen to each other. And that was my takeaway from the debate. I felt like the people of the world could not really listen because there was no control, self-control. And I hope on the next go around there's some self-control because I think that's the example and that's the lesson that we all need to see. Because unfortunately, in America right now, we all expect each other to be out of control. The things that go viral and the things that we watch over and over are always people out of control. Even from the point of view of how many more movies is Hollywood going to make that are about superheroes saving the world because something or someone or a lot of people are out of control. The idea of self-control has gone so far out of style that now we actually readily expect the person next to us in traffic, the person approaching us in the supermarket, the parade coming through town for a certain political group. We actually expect it to be out of control. And I think we can all, as a nation, as a world, as a universe of humans, if we all exercise a little bit of personal self-control, we can bring it back a little bit. Because I think that's really what needs to happen. So I have been trying really hard to exercise all of my self-control. I'm kind of proud of myself. I've come a really long way with that. But non-attachment is the key to that. And I just wanted to put that out there. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm lecturing tonight. But I think, to be honest with you, America needs a little bit of a lecture. I really think self-control has gone out of style and we need to bring it back. So let's bring self-control back. Okay? So quote Justin Timberlake almost. The pandemic has taught that I can change the schedule. Yep, that's exactly right, Christina, because we were so conditioned, to think certain things. And I think that we really have to let go of it all and build our own little foundations. I've been working from home now in my regular earthbound job since the pandemic. And I have to tell you, it was quite an adjustment. Now I find I need to adjust myself because I have a tendency to work all the time because that's just me. I'm a very driven person. I'm a very intense person, as those of you who know me know. So, which has really served me well in my life. It's made me very successful. But what is her name? Bethany Frankel has a new podcast out called Be Time or Be Something, and it's all about really driven people, and I love it because it's like when I watch that when I listen to that podcast, I'm like, yeah, I'm not the only one. Yes. So Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that we all have to put a little bit of effort into making ourselves have a little more control, because I think that's what we really need. And it'll make you more successful in your life in so many different ways. So, Carrie Ann says, yes, she struggles to control the energy sometimes, and I know it's key. It's so true. And I think also for empaths, sometimes it's even harder for us to really have a little self-control in certain situations, because we're feeling the energy. And to allow your intellect to overcome the emotion is really hard when you are an empath and you're feeling so many things and you're being bombarded. So, yeah, so it's tough, you know. So I'm going to do some cards because I know you guys love that. And I have a little bit of time left for that. First, of course, you guys know the drill. I'm going to pick a card for, so I'll read some of the comments. Oh, if your moon is in Aries, Christina, you're really feeling this. And Sun in Aquarius next year, middle of the year, Saturn goes into Aquarius. So you're definitely going to have some changes in your life next year for you, but hopefully good changes. But anyone who's out there who's a Sun, Moon, or Rising Aries, you're feeling this energy a lot. Please make sure that you do physical exercise, because Aries have a lot of energy, and a lot of times they can be ignited and triggered easily in this type of energy, in this type of aspects. So anyone with an Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, try and really do that physical kind of releasing of energy, whether it's going for a walk or on the treadmill or gardening, but do jumping jacks, whatever. A lot of times Arian people are triggered because they are feeling, Aries is warlike energy, but it's used for assertion on the higher octave. Aries are usually your CEOs of company. They're the people who like to start things, like to really, put everyone in line, and you do this and you do this. They like to order people around. They're the generals, But the thing about generals and CEOs is there comes a point, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to, because I know I'm going to have to show cards. There comes a point when they have this great idea and they implement it, they put everybody, they give you all a job and they organize it all, and then they go home because they hire people to do it for them. That's a typical Arian type of energy. So sometimes in this type of energy where you have Saturn putting limitations, for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, it can be really difficult, really uncomfortable, and you want to act out. So dispelling some of that physical energy will probably help you guys. All right. I'm going to scroll down because I got some new comments. Okay. Oh, thank you, Chris. I'm inspired by a lot of you. So, Aaron, stop beating yourself up because you're doing so great. You really are. That was a very harsh thing that happened with your car this week. You're doing great, sweetie. Just, give yourself a little reward. You deserve it. I'm going to pick a card for Chris. But first, I want to, you guys know the drill. First, I want to pick a card just for the world energy. Spirit, tell us, I'm using my Circle of Light cards. Spirit, tell us where, give us a message with the cards tonight, Spirit, for what we need to do in our lives collectively and what the energy is now. Okay? I'm going to pick, I think I'm going to pick this one. It looks good. Right? I like this one. Yeah. Spirit, if you think Spirit isn't talking to us or talking through me or talking to all of you, guess again, because we just pulled the Soul card. So that's our message, guys. It says Soul on here, and it says, there is no greater power than the eternal light of the soul. And these are my original cards that I created and wrote, and the pictures. Look at that beautiful light. This is Spirit coming in tonight, telling us there is light at the end of the tunnel, to keep going. There's always a silver lining. I'm going to read what I wrote for the Soul card. You guys can look at that beautiful picture. Okay, I'm going to hold this up while I read. Soul, number 20, if that number means anything for anybody. Eternal light. The most powerful light in the world is a light within your soul. This soul light is eternal and carried throughout all lifetimes. It was ignited when you were made by the source of energy that created you. It has no end, and it continues to the next lifetime. The soul reincarnates into the energy that the Creator and you choose throughout its eternal existence. This energy carries the wisdom and knowledge from many lifetimes, and therefore the soul always holds all the answers you seek and is all-powerful, and it is your direct connection to the Creator and all He has created. This card urges you to connect with your soul to give you not only clarity about your life path, but higher knowledge about yourself and the situations around you. This requires quiet and solitude and deep reflection. There is no greater power than the source within the soul. You are uniquely gifted. Feel this eternal light and connection to God and use it to enhance and uplift your life. That's beautiful. Wonder who wrote that. Oh wait, it was me. Just kidding. Had a little Aryan moment there. It is Gov's Comedy Club radio after all. Okay. So now I'm going to pick a card for Chris Cole, because she's my sweetie. I love Chris, and I know she could use our energy. Got my crystal. Got my tarot. Got my soul card. Okay. So, a lot of people don't understand about soul. The soul is the part of us that continues throughout each lifetime. And that is why, you can connect with people on the other side, because you do it through their soul. The soul never dies. The soul continues with you through every lifetime. So just remember that when you really are talking to your higher self, we're talking about that soul energy, which has been with you since the time you were actually incarnated into this world, since you were ignited. I like to say ignited instead of born. It's just my way. And so that soul energy is carried with you through many, many, many lifetimes until you are no longer incarnated. So Chris, I picked this card, and I want to say I do feel like a little bit of melancholy around you, and I feel like you should not be melancholy. I feel like things are really going to start to come into focus and come into play for you. But if you look at this card, it looks like the person in the card is a little bit downcast. But if you really look at the card, there's all this violet light around them, and that's transmutation, transformation. So I really think that there are situations that are really going to start changing for you. I think you're on the cusp of that kind of energy. So hang in there and definitely do your prayer work and your spiritual work, because it's going to bring you there. Okay? I'm going to pick a card for David, since it's your birthday. We're going to give you a card. Happy birthday to David. He's in his solar return on October 1st. So what have we got here for you, David? David, I feel like this is prayer. I feel like there's something that you're wishing for. You have all this beautiful golden light and violet light around the crown. And I feel like, again, prayer is really coming in for me very heavy tonight. So before you go to sleep tonight, maybe do a birthday prayer. And just, put all your hopes and wishes, and the angels will carry them up for you. Okay? And now this one's going to be for Joanne and then Sarah. Let me do Joanne first. They're telling me to go to the tarot for you, Joanne. Joanne, I have the Queen of Wands. This is a female fire sign, usually an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So if you have any of those energies around you, I don't know, Joanne, what your mom, but I feel like this is an energy of a very loving woman, but someone who you don't want to cross, so it's a very strong energy, but loving. I feel like your mom is coming through, but I also feel like you have a girlfriend right now that may not be really super sincere. And I feel like your mom's coming through saying, kind of look at that friendship a little bit with someone. Definitely a fire sign female. All right. This is for Sarah. Sarah, they're telling me to go to the tarot for you as well. Sarah, I don't know why I'm seeing arts and crafts around you. Like, I don't know if you've been doing some drawing or painting. More like not drawing. I feel like something with arts and crafts. Like I feel you with crafty stuff, like paints or paint pots or something. I don't know. I pulled a card of nostalgia for you, Sarah, but I'm seeing something like almost like when children used to use Play-Doh and you'd have all the little cans, like brushes and paints, and I don't know why. I'm just seeing like they're showing me some kind of arts and crafts, and I feel like this is also a very nostalgic card. This card usually means youth looking back at the elders. So like if you were being nostalgic about a mother or a grandmother, it's usually a feminine energy. The Six of Cups is also a very abundant energy. You see all the cups filled with flowers, and this means beautiful, spiritual, but very nostalgic, like a lot of nostalgic energy. So I don't know if that arts and crafts is something you used to do as a child or what, but that's what's coming through. Angelique, this card is going to be you. And also what I wanted to say was this month we have a blue moon, which means that at the end of the month we have another full moon. When there's 2 full moons in a month, it is a blue moon. And the full moon is going to be in Libra on Halloween. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, do so, because I'll get an email that you subscribed, and then you will be entered into a drawing for a free reading. Yeah, group jumping jacks is a good idea, Christina. Oh, that's funny. You have a house full of Aries? I don't know. Oh, it's going to be a rough month for you. But it might be also that they all assert themselves really well. So this card is for Angelique. Angelique, you got the Tower card. Now, a lot of times when people see the Tower card, they get a little nervous because, as you can see, Tower usually means that things are falling down or falling through or something's falling apart. But I see the Tower card as new beginning. Because we have to release things. And just like I was talking about in the video, you know, we have to let go of those things we're attached to. I feel like this is a card of letting go for you. Like you really need to let go of certain things in order for the new things to come through. And you're having a hard time with that. You're still attached to the way things always were and not allowing them to be different. So try and really let go of the things in your life that the universe is showing you it's time to let go of. All right? Janine, I'm going to pick a card for you, sweetie. Everybody hop over and like Zenkuda on YouTube, okay? Because we want to do our podcast and our lives on there so that you guys can all really chime in. My hair looks terrible tonight. I really should have done my hair. It's just been a crazy day. You know, I do real estate in my earthbound life, and I have a listing that we have 14 offers on, so I've been a little busy. Okay, this was for Janine. Janine, this is the Fool card. Now, when you see the Fool card, it doesn't mean that you're a fool. What this means is if you look at the card, it's a boy on a journey. He's got his little hacky sack thing, and there's a dog following him. The dog is a symbolic of loyalty. Someone in your life is very loyal to you. But the Fool card is a card where someone is on their journey. The Fool card traditionally in tarot is either the first card in the tarot deck or the 22nd in the major arcana of the tarot deck, which is symbolic of someone on the journey of spirituality, going deep into their journey. If you look, he's ready to jump off the cliff and really take the leap of faith he needs to change his life. So that card means that you're really doing your work spiritually and that you're coming on a time when you're ready to take the leap of faith. Christina, I'm going to pick a card for you and all your Aries friends. Okay. I love you, Elaine. Elaine Risotto, for those of you who can see the comments, she teaches tarot. And I just sent someone to you. My friend Margaret wants to learn tarot. And I said, you got to go to Elaine and her friend Lynn. Okay, this is for Christina. Christina, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Now, when the Ace of Pentacles comes out, Christina, this is new beginnings, and usually new beginnings with money. This is great abundance. It's also, for me, can be spiritual abundance, but mostly with Pentacles, it's material things. So if you've been wondering about a new business venture or something that is an investment or doing something different, the way you earn your money differently, it looks good because this is new beginnings, and you can see all the green in the card, the beautiful coin in the hand. So this is a great card. It's also a card of luck. All right, Christina, so we're wishing you luck with all those Aries in your house tonight. Okay, so Elaine, this is for you. Hi, Karen. How are you doing? I miss our yoga. I have to get back into the community. After COVID, we had a slow opening. So Elaine, this is for you. They're telling me to actually pick a tarot card for you and a soul card. So let me do that. Okay. Ooh, Elaine, you got the Empress. That's you, sweetie. Sitting on that throne with Venus. Oh, beautiful. And Venus is going into Virgo. So Venus is in Virgo. So that makes us a little fussy. But I have to say, you know what this card means, sweetie. And you are definitely the Empress on the throne. And they're asking me to pick a soul card for you. And I got this beautiful card. Look at that. This is definitely, to me, someone who is going through transcendence. Look at the light around the crown and all this beautiful white light here. This is transcendence. And then you got the Empress. So I'm wondering if maybe you're reaching another level of spirituality. Maybe you've been really tapping in more than usual because you're very connected. But I'm wondering if your psychic ability is actually going to be taking on a new level, Miss Elaine. So that's really cool stuff. That's what I'm feeling for you. That things are going to start to happen that are even you don't expect. All right. I got a lot of comments to go through. Hi, Maria, RJ. Oh my God, that's so funny, Sarah. You've been doing Play-Doh. I kept seeing that and I'm like, I don't want to say Play-Doh. That's so funny. Oh my God. Thank you for that confirmation. Can't make this stuff up. Okay, so I'm picking a card for RJ now. We got the whole family tonight for you guys. Okay, RJ, I've got... this card comes up a lot when I do the podcast. This is a card of angelic, like angels are surrounding you, RJ. So whenever you're feeling like a little bit despondent or you're feeling like, you don't have anyone to talk to or a little lonely, just look up because you've got angels around you talking to you. So definitely take that with you, RJ. Hi, Gina. Hi, Linda. Linda sent me some really nice stuff today. I got Donna here. Going to pick a card from my friend Linda. I never get to see her. And no attachments on hair, laugh out loud. There you go. I did that, right? See? That's my Venus in Virgo. Very self-critical, Chris. I'm going to pick this for Linda DeMori. For those of you out there who know Linda, she is the sweetest, sweetest person. She's just got a heart of gold, this lady. And she does hair. So if you need your hair done, Linda DeMori is the one. All right. I have not been to a salon in a year. No, since January. I haven't been to a salon since COVID. I got the works in January. I got my glam squad did me because I was starting a new job and I haven't been back since. So this is what you get. I need to spend a day there. Ah, so funny. Okay, Linda, this is for you, sweetie. Oh my God, you guys heard me shuffle them. You also have angelic energy surrounding you. I also sometimes, for me, Lynn, this is also Blessed Mother energy because of the blue. But this is someone who is almost enraptured in this picture. I feel like you know the energy that's surrounding you. And this also is Archangel Michael for me coming through. But I feel like you're so protected now. So if there's anything that's on your mind or anything you've been doubting or feeling a little feely or wishy-washy about, really put it in the hand of the angels. I mean, just look at this beautiful card. The angels have just wrapped this being up and just really, the blue just goes all the way through and just beautiful, beautiful, calming, peaceful. So give it all up to your angels, sweetie. Okay. Maria Dorso, I'm going to pull a card for you as well. Yeah, Janine, stay on that journey because sometimes when we're on the journey, we're in the journey, we find that sometimes it can be really challenging. We want to give up, but don't because there's great things coming to you for reward. Okay, Maria. Oh, wow, Maria, you are surrounded by light. I feel like you've been doing a lot of thinking. This is someone who's very pensive, very contemplative, but so surrounded. This is also an opening energy for me, divine feminine. But this is an opening energy of, Maria, if there's something that you have been, a level you've been trying to reach spiritually, or an answer you've been seeking, it's coming. It's almost like you will be seeing something very soon. The answer, the revelation, the epiphany, all of this light just has you wrapped into it in the core of your being. Really beautiful. So if there's been something that you have been really trying to manifest or contemplating, just know that it's coming. That light is coming, light through the tunnel. All right, Maria? Beautiful for you. Marianne. Oh, see, that is true. Yeah, I feel like you're really like going to another level. Ah, okay, taking classes. Very cool. Yeah, it's there for you, Elaine. I feel like it's like right there for you. Okay. I just was going to go back because Marianne, I'm going to pick a card for you. Okay. Seeing flowers all around you, Marianne. Like I feel like your energy is lighter today. There you go. This is sun to me. This is like the sun god Ra almost. Light. All light around. This is like light coming through. Someone watching over you. Definitely an energy watching over you. Look at the eyes. Protective. Just know that you have probably your husband watching over you. But I also feel like your energy is much lighter, Marianne. I'm seeing like little white flowers all around you. So try and be in the positive. Okay? Gina's hair is screaming. Oh, thanks, Lynn. Did Maria? Oh, thank you, Chris. Chrissy, you're so good for my ego. Yeah, I feel like that. You know, it's funny because me, Linda, Elaine all know each other like from really the spiritual world. I want to have a ladies' lunch as soon as we are able to do that. But I feel like spirit, as much as the world is rotating in chaos right now, and it really is, I hate to use that word, but it really is, it's also rotating in such vibrant love and connection. I feel like those of us who are normally connected, it's so heightened right now. So if any of you are looking to wake up your spirituality or really connect deeply and do mediumship or cards or whatever, now is the best time because it's so heightened to learn that and open that for yourself. The best way to do that is really to clear out your life a little bit and put yourself in a really healthy environment, and then so much of that stuff really grows. So yeah, so Linda, the mediumship has been getting stronger. I believe that probably for you. I feel like it's coming through the heart center for you. Like, sometimes I feel the energy around crown, but for you, this is like right in the heart center, right? Beautiful messages of love from the heart of spirit coming through. So just take that with you, okay? Okay. And Gina, I thought I picked a card for you. I'm sorry, I'm going to pick one for you now. Oh, always, Marianne. I feel like you're coming out into the light more. I feel like, things are going to change very much. Okay, this is for Gina Trombatori Selequi. I don't think I pronounced any of that right. But I had good meaning. Okay, Gina. Gina, you've got the 8 of Swords. And the 7 of Swords. And the 7 of Swords is typically a card. And don't shoot the messenger. But this is a card. If you're suspicious of something right now and you think something isn't kosher or someone isn't kosher, someone isn't sincere, trust your instincts and really listen to your intuition. Because usually this is a card of like a thief in the night. Like someone, looking to take something from you, but they're not going to be able to because you're going to find them out. We've got, it does make sense, Gina, because Uranus is in play. But this card is a card of like, really, make sure that you're checking everybody because there's someone around you who does not have your best interest at heart. That being said, Mercury is going into Scorpio right now. So Mercury in Scorpio is a revealer of truth. Mercury in Scorpio, a lot of the stuff that's in the basement comes up to the top. So that's really going to be heightened now for October, November. So for you especially, Gina, with that card coming out, you really want to make sure if there's someone around you that you don't trust, your instincts are right. Don't trust them. Okay? So that's what that's about. And then Aaron, I'm going to pull a card for you. Electricity, guys. There's a lot of electricity in the air right now for 2 reasons. Number one, Uranus is playing with this moon a little bit. Uranus is a planet of sudden electricity. It'll feel like that. The nightmare I had last night, when I woke up, I thought someone was knocking on my door. It was my heartbeat pounding in my ears. Very electrical sense. The sneaky peek card, that's what Elaine calls it. So the electrical charge is when energy comes in too quickly and too intensely and the body can't physically process it. Because don't forget, we're electricity. So you'll get that shocking feeling. What I would do is breathe into it, because it's the universe trying to show you something. Don't interpret that as anxiety. We're conditioned to interpret that as anxiety. It's not. Sometimes it's just the universe speaking to us. And you want to just say, angel, slow down, or whoever, slow down. I can't really understand. So this card is for, I got to pick one for Kelly, and there was somebody before her, Aaron. Aaron, I'm going to pick a card for you. Your luck is going to change, sweetie. We know this. Okay, Aaron, they actually want me to pick a soul card. Okay. These are going to be my last two of the night. Okay, Aaron, soul card for Aaron, Spirit. Please give him some hope and faith and something to really look forward to. I don't know what this card is. Okay. Oh, yeah. Aaron, look, Aries, fire, right? This all looks like fire. And then the hands are extended. So this is reaching out for the gifts. So instead of looking at the three-dimensional things that happen, you know, the car, the tires and stuff, as a negative, look at it as, okay, I guess God just kind of wanted me to take a pause. He wanted me to ride the bike to work. It's refreshing. It's grounding. So maybe this happened to spare you or protect you from something that really wasn't going to be good. Maybe you were going to have a car accident that day, and when you walked out, the car wasn't there. So try and find that silver lining, because this is all fiery Aries energy around you, and reach for the gifts. Reach and ask Spirit, please show me. Please give me the gift of what this is. All right, flip the thinking over, which I think you're very good at anyway, Aaron. And then the next one was Kellyanne. Okay, Kellyanne, I'm picking a card for you. Maria says that should have been your card. Any of you, if any of you at all out there feel like there's someone, you know, not trustworthy, or there's something not quite right, trust that emotion. Your body never lies to you. If your body's getting the utsy feeling around someone, or the hair on the back of the neck, or the electrical, trust that is real. That is real. Okay? So this card is for Kellyanne. Okay, Kellyanne. Kellyanne, you got what I call the superhero card. It's Archangel Michael all over you. Look at the beautiful stars, the dark blue, all the light behind. This is that you are so unbelievably protected right now. If there's anything that you have fear about, or any situation that you have to go into that you feel maybe a little bit, you know, scary or slightly dangerous or adventurous or whatever, know that you have an amazing protector in your guardian angel, and that Archangel Michael is all around you. This card for me also is Archangel Metatron. For those of you who have never heard of Metatron, Google him. Metatron is a very, 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 very huge energy. When he comes in, you feel him. He's very protective. He'll lead you to the Akash. Really amazing. Denise Amore, I'm going to read you. Yes, I actually, I have a couple of people that I'm going to message after the broadcast that I have to schedule for. See, that's great, Aaron. You have that ability. You know that. Okay, so yeah, so Callie, you are so surrounded. You are just so surrounded. So, you know, make sure that you tap into that energy, because it will empower you. Okay, this is for Denise Amore. Amore. I was starting to plan my Christmas party, and then I realized, oh wait, it's pandemic, COVID, whatever. So I was walking around the house singing, "It's beginning to look a lot like bullshit." I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but it's true. Okay. Denise, you got the weight of the world on your shoulders, babe. And you have to see all this that you're carrying, and this is dark in here, but there's all violet around it. And that you are, especially with the heart chakra surrounded in violet, you need to take responsibility for not taking on the burdensome problems of other people so that your light can shine and do the right thing, help people, be a benefit to people, which you are, but overly so. Like you overburden and overtax yourself because you take on too much, because you want to do so much for so many. And in doing that, not only is your own cup empty, but you're not doing everything to your full potential because you've got so much on your plate. So my suggestion for you in looking at this card is this jug needs to be emptied a little bit of all of this so that you only have the violet in it, that beautiful renewal and replenishment light and energy that renews you and refreshes you and gives you all of the stamina and the energy that you need. So that's definitely something that I think you need to work on. And you are very gifted at compassion, empathy, making people feel really wonderful and having their gifts revealed through things that you say and do. Such a compassionate, helpful person, but you've got to get rid of all of the negative. And the negative is because you're taking on too much and you're depleting yourself. So choose what you want to do, and choose where you want your energy to be. Not everything that's in front of us is worthy of our attention. I say that all the time, and it's really, really true, really true. For anybody who wants the Circle of Light cards, you can go on my website, because I know Angelique just said she wanted to buy them. You can go on my website. They're Circle of Light Oracle cards. They're $35 on zenkuda.com, and I'll ship them out to you. Okay? But that card had so much violet light in it, and that's really what the universe wants you to focus on, is this beautiful violet light and all the violet around you. You are a healer. It's like innately in you, Denise. You just have to get to it. You just have to get to it. Okay? Beautiful, beautiful energy. The vivid dreams last night. I woke up at 1:30 in the morning, and I haven't had a dream like that in years. It was really crazy. I slept with the light on. Yes, blessings to our soul pod. And a lot of people ask me, like, what is Zenkuda? Zenkuda is a word that I trademarked. It means that we are a little bit Zen and a little bit Barracuda. It's basically what Zenkuda is someone who's really serious about their Zen. We're protective of it. We live with it. We are devoted and committed to certain ideals in our life, whatever that is for you. And we're really on the path of the soul journey. So, Denise, I hope that resonated with you. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. I absolutely love each and every one of you. And you know where to find me. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because besides the podcasts that are up there, I do have other videos, and I do videos from time to time, especially about the astrology. I'm trying to actually come a little bit off the Facebook platform because I don't really feel it's the right energy for my spiritual work. And you'll have more and more on Zenkuda on YouTube. But I need you all to subscribe to that so that I can put all that up. Thanks so much, and I will see you all next week. Have a beautiful week. Do try to issue some self-control and non-attachment this weekend. You will absolutely need it because, as Janine says, it's a storm. Good night, everybody. Love you. Bye-bye.